Okay, so basically what I've been reading is we are dealing with these stone guardians over here. There are typically 4 of them. One of them is rubble, so we're only dealing with 3. We've got the jade, the jasper, and the amethyst. Now they have shared abilities where if one of them is far away from the others, it reverts to stone. That means probably with the fact that we have 2 tanks, 2 of them are supposed to get tanked away from the third, possibly turning the third to stone. So the Amethyst Guardian does these pulls that inflict shadow damage to people if they step in them. Cobalt Guardian does a Cobalt Mine, launches a Cobalt Shard at a player's location. After 3 seconds it arms, and then it detonates. The Jade has Jade Shards, fire shards of Jade in all directions, inflicting nature damage. And the Jasper has Jasper Chains, which happened to me on the white. Now these overloads apparently happen if they reach full energy. Okay, in LFR you get 3 of 4 rotating. It gains energy if it's within 12 yards of another Guardian. The Guardian uses this energy to cast Jade Overload. So it looks like something like possibly one has to get tanked here, one has to get tanked here, and hopefully the third gets to stay frozen in stone by being away from everybody. So that's my guess as to how this possibly could proceed. But we'll see. We're waiting for several more people. We'll see what happens on the next attempt. Hi everybody, we are back over here at the Stone Guardian encounter. I'm now tanking. We don't seem to have one tonight. So we've gotten the hang of the fight now. We basically know what to do. You have to see which one of the 3 Guardians is casting the petrification. When one of the Guardians is doing that petrification, you have to go ahead and be the tank that is tanking 2 of these Guardians at once. Having 2 Guardians means that the Guardians gain energy and do the overload burst that you just saw. When they do the burst, it resets their counter. So now we have a Jade Petrification. So I'm going to taunt one of the Guardians over. And these 2 are now going to energize each other. The Jade Guardian will gather energy stacks and will blow up before we petrify. So he's at 60 for energy. The rate is at 35 for petrification. Jade Guardian will blow up, and his petrification will stop. I'm gonna go ahead and Bark Skin probably won't be up in time. Okay, so I have both of them now. None of them are petrifying. Okay, now Jasper is petrifying. So I'm going to keep him, and we're going to gain his energy, except it's back to Jade. I'm going to go ahead and bust out a Berserk with extra damage to go ahead and kill these guys. Jade is ahead of the petrification again, though. Okay. We've gone ahead and done it after a little bit of tweaking. One of the guys in here was kind of not explaining it exactly right, so it was slightly confusing to the tanks, and don't know what we do with loot now. But that was the first encounter. That was the Stone Guardians, or the Jade Dogs, and we are now past it and moving on. Okay, we are here on the second boss, which is Feng the Accursed. The other bear tank is mainly doing the tanking. So far we've gone through a lightning phase and he wants me to go ahead and taunt, so I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm up to about 5 stacks of this flaming spear, which is over here. Cannot bend. Well. Okay, Arhul's got him back. I'm gonna put up nullification barrier, which is a buff that the tanks pick up from around the room. He's now going to grab his third weapon. He's a bit similar to the Weapon Master in the one dungeon. Here is one of the crystals. This is the Shroud of Reversal. I believe it takes a ability that he puts out, and anybody with the Shroud of Reversal who gets hit by it puts it back on him. Now in the first phase, that one was pretty clear. He did something called epicenter, where basically you had to get away from it, and the further away you were, it seemed that it did the least amount of damage. I was getting pretty far away from him in the raid, and my health was pretty high. A lot of people who were staying close seemed to take a good deal of damage. So he's down to about 14%. So I'm going to go ahead and berserk. And I'm going to put up our protection barrier again. And he's dead, so we've got it on me at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and go with Might. Bark Skin. And if I get down a little bit, I'm going to hit my big renew. Okay, so I hit the big renew. Hopefully we can hold it together here. Let's see if I can get the treants out for a little bit extra. He's at 1%, and he's at 0, but he's still alive. And he's finally dead. Close fight. I think somebody who was bursting, like one of those guys over there, was in the raid. And it looks like I won a piece of loot called the Arrow-Breaking Wind Cloak.
Only to rise again. This is not the last.
Nifty little cloak. My first piece of LFR gear.
The Zandalari, ancient allies of the Mogu. They must seek the legendary weapon within the depths of the vaults.
And as you can see here, Zandalari trolls are coming out. Zandalari do seem to be pairing off with the Mogu in this expansion, and they are up to bad things. So we're going to go ahead and pause and see if we get anything interesting coming up. Okay, we are on the third boss out here on the little platform. It is gara'jal, the spirit binder. There are spirit totems that allow you to cross over into the spirit world. He also did something where he made random people voodoo dolls. And there's the spirit totems again. I've gone ahead and picked the shaman again for the wolves. We actually have a second tank now that Blizzard has flagged as one, the Pally, so I've gone ahead and dropped out of being the tank like I was for the beginning boss, and actually the second. People seem to be getting crushed pretty bad over here. Maybe that's just them going into the spirit world, actually. Now, at the start of this particular fight, somebody said something about are we all just supposed to group up behind him in DPS, or did they fix it? So I don't exactly know what bug this guy has, or what exactly we're exploiting here. I'm going to go ahead and pop my wolves and go incarnation. He now seems to be DPSing the Warlock. I wonder if the tanks maybe went into the Shadow Realm or something there. Your voodoo doll damage I take is copied to other voodoo dolls. So I think I'll just step out to the side. Try to suck up some of these nice little monk balls. Alright, my voodoo doll is over. And a lot of people are going splat. Might be the old CG mechanic of having to go into the bad realm and cleaning up stuff while you're in there. That might be why there were so many of those masks at the end. So it looks like gara'jal was pretty much stacked behind him. DPS the crap out of him. The second tank is dead again. I've rested him once and he's down again. I believe what you're supposed to be doing is to be going into the spirit realm and destroying some things in there that are hitting players. And let's see spirit totems over here. There's return soul. This is where I escape and come back to the normal realm. Healers and some DPS are supposed to go in there and DPS some crap down, but apparently we weren't doing that. And it looks like I want to cash on this one. Let's see if we can find out what's in the cache once I actually find the thing. And I think this is where LFR is current. There it is. 28 gold. Could be wrong, but I think this is where LFR is stopping currently. Yep, it is. Everybody's leaving. So, there's 3 bosses of the LFR. Over here in Mogu'Shan Vaults. There's another one coming up over there, Spirit Kings, but we just fought gara'jal, the Spirit Binder. We had the dogs, and we had the Weapon Master type guy. So, hope you all enjoyed this particular video. Kind of a mix of Feral and Guardian in this one, depending on what was going on with the tanks, and hopefully we'll be able to get some more bosses coming up in the future. Thanks a lot!